I found that nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. Nothing. Nelson Mandela said, "There is no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living." Now, I'm sure in your experiences in school and applying to college and picking your major and deciding what you want to do with life, I'm sure people have told you to make sure you have something to fall back on. Make sure you have something to fall back on, honey. But I never understood that concept, having something to fall back on. If I'm going to fall, I don't want to fall back on anything. I want to fall forward. I figure at least this way I'll see what I'm going to hit. You see, falling forward means that even in failure, you're making progress. You're learning, you're growing, you're moving in a direction. When you fall backward, you end up right where you started, or worse, you end up behind where you began. But when you fall forward, at least you're closer to your goal than you were before. Dreams without goals are just dreams without consistency. You'll never finish. So do what you feel passionate about. Take chances. Don't be afraid to fail. There's an old IQ test, 9 dots, and you had to draw 5 lines with a pencil within these 9 dots without lifting the pencil. The only way to do it was to go outside the box. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams. And ultimately, they fuel disappointment. You need to have goals, annual goals, monthly goals, daily goals, hourly goals, and minute-by-minute goals. You need to break down your dreams into actionable steps. You need a plan. Because a dream is just a wish, unless you have a concrete strategy to make it happen. Reggie Jackson struck out 2,600 times in his career, the most in the history of baseball. But you don't hear about the strikeouts. People remember the home runs. Fall forward. Thomas Edison conducted 1,000 failed experiments. Did you know that? I didn't know that. Because the 1,001st was the light bulb. When asked about his failures, Edison said he didn't fail 1,000 times. He successfully discovered 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb. That's falling forward. That's taking every setback and turning it into a setup for the next attempt. Fall forward. Every failed experiment is one step closer to success. Every rejection is one step closer to acceptance. Every no gets you closer to yes. This isn't just positive thinking. This is mathematical reality. If you keep trying, keep learning, and keep adjusting, you eliminate what doesn't work until you find what does. You have to take risks. You've got to take risks. And I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but I want to talk to you about why that's so important. You will fail at some point in your life. Accept it. You will lose. You will embarrass yourself. You will suck at something. There's no doubt about it. And I know that's probably not a traditional message for a graduation ceremony, but hey, I'm telling you, embrace it because it's inevitable. And here's the secret. The people who succeed, the people who make it, aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who fail more than everybody else. They're the ones who get back up more times than they fall down. In the acting business, you fail all the time. Early on in my career, I auditioned for a part in a Broadway musical. A perfect role for me, I thought. Except for the fact that I can't sing. I didn't get the job. But here's the thing, I didn't quit. I didn't fall back. I walked out of there to prepare for the next audition, and the next audition, and the next audition. I prayed, and I prayed, and I prayed. But I continued to fail, and fail, and fail. But it didn't matter, because you know what? There's an old saying, you hang around the barbershop long enough, and sooner or later, you're going to get a haircut. So you will catch a break. And I did catch a break. Last year, I did a play called Fences on Broadway, won a Tony Award for it. But here's the kicker. It was at the Court Theater. It was at the same theater that I failed that first audition 30 years prior. The same building where I heard no became the same building where I heard the audience's applause. That's what persistence looks like. That's what falling forward looks like. Do you have the guts to fail? The point is, every graduate here today has the training and the talent to succeed. But do you have the guts to fail? Because here's what I've learned. The biggest risk is not taking any risk. In a world that's changing quickly, the only strategy that is guaranteed to fail is not taking risks. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. I'll say it again. If you don't fail, you're not even trying. My grandmother used to tell me, if you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough. And she was right. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. You have to be willing to do what others won't do. You have to be willing to go where others won't go. You have to be willing to sacrifice what others won't sacrifice. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and standing around your deathbed are the ghosts representing your unfulfilled potential. The ghost of the ideas you never acted on. The ghost of the talents you didn't use. The ghost of the businesses you never started. The ghost of the book you never wrote. The ghost of the trip you never took. The ghost of the person you never became. And they're standing around your bed, angry, disappointed, and upset. They say, "We came to you because you could have brought us to life." They say, "And now we have to go to the grave together." So I ask you today, how many ghosts are going to be around your bed when your time comes? Will it be a crowd of unfulfilled dreams? Or will your bed be surrounded by the proud spirits of all that you accomplished, all that you attempted, and all that you gave, everything you had? The world needs you. I just got back from South Africa. It's a beautiful country, but there are places there with terrible poverty that need help. And Africa is just the tip of the iceberg. The Middle East needs your help. Japan needs your help. Alabama needs your help. Tennessee needs your help. Louisiana needs your help. Philadelphia needs your help. Your own neighborhood needs your help. The world needs a lot, and we need it from you. We really do. We need it from you, young people. I mean, I'm not speaking for the rest of us up here, but I know I'm getting a little grayer. We need it from you, the young people. Because remember this, you have to get out there. You've got to give it everything you've got, whether it's your time, your talent, your prayers, or your treasures. What are you going to do with what you have? I'm not talking about how much you have. Some of you are business majors. Some of you are theologians, nurses, and sociologists. Some of you have money. Some of you have patience. Some of you have love. Some of you have the gift of long suffering. Whatever it is, whatever your gift is, what are you going to do with what you have? Because I'll tell you something. At the end of the day, you will not be judged by how much you have. You'll be judged by what you did with what you had. You'll be judged by how many people you helped. You'll be judged by how many lives you touched. You'll be judged by the difference you made. Failure can show you where you're going. All right, now here's my last point about failure. Sometimes it's the best way to figure out where you're going. Your life will never be a straight path. It's going to twist and turn. It's going to have detours and roadblocks. And that's okay. That's more than okay. That's how it's supposed to be. I began at Fordham University as a pre-med student. I took a course called Cardiac Morphogenesis. I couldn't read it. I couldn't say it. I surely couldn't pass it. So then I decided to go into pre-law, then journalism. And with no academic focus, my grades took off in their own direction. I had a 1.8 GPA, and the university very politely suggested that it might be better to take some time off. I was 20 years old. I was at my lowest point. I had disappointed my parents. I had disappointed myself. I felt like a failure. And honestly, by traditional standards, I was failing. But you know what? That failure forced me to search deeper. It forced me to ask myself what I really wanted. It forced me to find my true passion. And then one day, and I remember the exact day, March 27th, 1975, I was helping my mother in her beauty shop. My mother owned a beauty shop up in Mount Vernon, and there was this older woman who was considered one of the elders in the town. And I didn't know her personally, but I was looking in the mirror, and every time I looked in the mirror, I could see her behind me, and she was staring at me. She just kept looking at me. Every time I looked at her, she kept giving me these strange looks. So she finally took the dryer off her head and she said something I'll never forget. She said, "Young boy, I have a prophecy, a spiritual prophecy." She said, "You are going to travel the world and speak to millions of people." Now, at that moment, I didn't know what that meant. I was a college dropout working in my mother's beauty shop. I had no clear direction. I had no plan. I had nothing but this woman's words and a faint glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, there was something more for me. But I see you today, and I'm encouraged by what I see. I'm strengthened by what I see. I see dreamers. I see strivers. I see people who are willing to take risks. I see people who understand that the path to success is paved with failure. I see people who are ready to fall forward. What defines you? Because taking a risk is not just about going for a job. It's also about knowing what you know and what you don't know. It's about being open to people and to ideas. It's about understanding that you don't have all the answers, and that's okay. It's about being humble enough to learn, brave enough to try, and resilient enough to keep going when things don't work out the way you planned. The chances you take, the people you meet, the people you love, and the faith that you have, that's what's going to define you. Not your successes alone, but how you handle your failures. Not how high you climb, but how many times you get back up after you fall. Not what you achieve when everything goes right, but what you do when everything goes wrong. Never be discouraged. Never hold back. Give everything you've got. Pour yourself into your work. Pour yourself into your relationships. Pour yourself into your dreams. Leave nothing on the table. When it's all said and done, let them say you gave it everything. Fall forward. And when you fall throughout life, and you will fall, we all do, remember this: fall forward. Fall forward so that when you get back up, you're closer to your goal than when you started. Fall forward so that every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. Fall forward so that your failures become the foundation for your future success. Fall forward and never, ever give up, because the world needs what you have to offer. The world needs your gifts, your talents, your perspective, and your passion. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let failure defeat you. Don't let doubt convince you that you're not good enough. You are good enough. You are talented enough. You are strong enough. You just have to be brave enough to try, wise enough to learn from your mistakes, and persistent enough to keep going when things get tough. So go out there and fail. Fail big. Fail often. Fail forward. Because on the other side of that failure is the success you've been dreaming about. On the other side of that fear is the life you're meant to live. On the other side of that risk is the person you're meant to become. Fall forward. Always fall forward. Thank you, and congratulations.